Welcome back, everybody, to Synalytics Crypto. My name is Mike. Yes, it's been about a month since I've made a video. And there's a little bit to that, you guys. We're going to talk about what has changed and what has not changed since I have last made a video. But before we get into that, basically, just want to tell you guys everything's fine with me personally. It's just been a rough go for a little while. I really do believe that YouTube was kind of not, I wouldn't say censoring my videos because I've never been censored, but they're just not helping me get out there, get my content to the masses, because I don't think the people that are watching these videos, people that kind of monitor these things, like what I have to say, typically because I speak the truth. So nothing's changed with this channel, you guys. I'm going to continue to speak the truth. It's been kind of a boring time in crypto, which is not why I stopped making videos. I just needed a personal break. I'm back on the horn. We're gonna get back at having these, daily or at least maybe every other day videos. Everything's still fine in my world here. La Planta Corazon, she's healthy, she's growing. It's nice and hot down here in Southern California, but I'm keeping her nice and watered. The US dollar, still trash, still dead presidents, still deflating, still, well, not even as valuable as toilet paper. But besides all that, you guys, the crypto market seems to be what I have been saying for a while now, in reaccumulation mode. So you're going to get a lot of news. We're not going over any news on this particular video, but you're going to get news on both sides. You're going to get a lot of negative news, but you're probably going to get a little bit more positive news. There are big things happening in crypto, particularly whales, big whales. I'm talking the biggest of the big guys. They are accumulating Bitcoin in historical numbers. They are also accumulating Ethereum in historical numbers. Now, this is all on-chain data. You can track this stuff if you're really into that kind of stuff, or you can just follow people who do that for you. I don't personally do that, but I've looked into the numbers, and what I've seen is that, yes, a lot of OTC trading is taking place. These people are buying Bitcoin in massive quantities off of exchanges, so it does not affect the price. The problem is, well, not a problem for us if you're holding Bitcoin and if you play with altcoins and all those things, because altcoin season will make a comeback. Mark my words, I've been saying it. I'll continue to say it. By the end of this year, you're going to see another altcoin boom, particularly if Ethereum continues on its upward trend with what it's doing. The whole 1559 thing is coming in the next 2 days or so. Some people are fudding it. They're saying that it's going to destroy Ethereum. Not going to happen. It's going to improve Ethereum because Ethereum will become ultimately deflationary, and that is supply and demand is a really good thing. So as Ethereum continues to get more robust of a system, already widely the most used system out there for everything from DeFi to this whole NFT craze, which also, by the way, I told you guys months ago when it was starting to decline, the NFTs aren't going anywhere but up. And now, right now, we're experiencing a massive NFT boom. There are little pictures, little JPEG pictures of little dudes with hats and cigarettes in their mouth selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And seemingly to only want to continue to go up. So that being said, you guys, with this massive accumulation of Bitcoin, back to what I was saying a second ago, the problem for those who don't have Bitcoin is that there's going to be a supply shock. When these people have accumulated, there's only so much Bitcoin that you can accumulate because there's only 21 million that will ever be in existence. And we know that there's at least 4 million, maybe even upwards of 6 million of those Bitcoin that are lost forever. I've read an article a few weeks back. I'm sure you guys may have heard of this article. Leave a comment below if you have. I would appreciate that. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please just drop me a like, guys. It's what helps me get my content out there. And leave a comment. I don't care what you comment. You can tell me what you had for breakfast this morning, or if you can comment on anything, I just really appreciate it. So, but I read a story about a guy who, I don't know how many, I forget now how many millions of dollars. I mean, it's upwards of a couple $100 million. This guy threw away his laptop with a whole bunch of BTC on it, and now he wants to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to go dig through tons and tons of trash to find this. I mean, you and I both know it's not even a needle in the haystack. This is something that's going to be nearly impossible to find, and you would have to use technology to discover something like this that would cost millions of dollars, and nobody wants to fund this guy. He's gotten some funding from certain people, but Let's face it, his $200 or $375 million or whatever, it's a lot of BTC. The point is that there's a story involved in that. And that story is that BTC is valuable. Bitcoin is valuable. Bitcoin is scarce. Bitcoin, no matter what the regulators do, no matter what China bans with the mining stuff that's going on, no matter what kind of FUD you continue to hear with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Bitcoin is only getting more scarce, it's only getting more valuable, and it's only getting more mass adoption. The only thing that's happened since the last time I made a video is mass adoption is continuing to spread throughout the entire world. And the people who know. And so they are accumulating massive amounts of Bitcoin. You're just not seeing the price go up because it's all being done, most of it, 98% of it, 99% of it, honestly, is being done on the over-the-counter market. And so there's no more saturation for Bitcoin because it's being taken from here over here and it's being stored up in all these fat little vaults by these fat, greedy people who basically economically want to rule and run the world. They want to be the decision makers. They know that owning Bitcoin for them in mass quantities equals power. Okay, and so, like I said, you can only accumulate so much BTC because there's only so much Bitcoin. If people are willing to go dig through tons and tons and tons of heaps of land trash, landfill, that's what I'm trying to get out. If they're trying to go dig through, and this stuff was years old, imagine the stink and imagine the chemicals and imagine... It's a desperate situation. People who don't have any Bitcoin at all are going to be left behind in what is going to be the new economic way. And it's unfortunate that such a small amount of people are going to control basically the majority of the flow of Bitcoin. And so what that's going to do is it's going to create a supply shock. You're going to see Bitcoin go on runs that you never would believe you would ever see in your lifetime. And I'm talking about before the next halving. By the time we cycle through the next halving, we're talking about it's going to be hard to even own one BTC unless you already have it. So don't think for 1 second that these people with all this money and all this wealth and all this power are going to let their investments go down the tubes. They're not going to. They're going to manipulate. They're going to continue to control price action. They're going to continue to control what's coming out in the news. They're going to continue to control the FUD cycles. And people are going to continue to buy high and sell low when you should be buying low and selling high. Or buying low or dollar cost averaging, better yet, and not selling at all. Because like I told you guys before, the only thing we can control is that tiny little slice of pie that us little guppies, us little fish have got our hands on, right? The only way we can not contribute to what is going to be a new oligarchy of elite people in the digital space, because the entire world is going digital, the only way to not participate in that is to participate by being having ownership in our own personal ways of these assets. Bitcoin obviously being number one, always going to be number one. Ethereum is going to continue to grow. DeFi is going to continue to infiltrate the legacy system of investments. We're going to be talking about bridging into synthetic stocks, where those things are already happening. NFTs are going absolutely crazy. Yes, it's probably going to end up being a bubble because anything like that can't last for too long. But there are going to be NFT projects, are going to be NFTs, these little pieces of digital art that people are going to go crazy over because people are sheep. And what one rich, influential, powerful person does, the rest of them want to do. And so these things, the point is these things come in cycles, you guys. And right now we're in a cycle of reaccumulation and mass adoption happening at the same time. So when that snaps, it's going to snap hard. It's going to snap hard to the upside, and a lot of people are going to be left wondering what happened. And that's unfortunately when a lot of people are going to FOMO back into Bitcoin when it's reached new all-time highs, and when it's past 100K, and when it's past $250,000, and then they're gonna crash the whole thing, and then they're going to reaccumulate all over again. So we're never going to be in a permanent bull run. We're also never going to be permanently in a bear market. Where right now, if you want to know where we're at right now, we are in a reaccumulation phase in the midst of what is going to continue to be a bull market. This is just my opinion. This is not financial advice, but I still believe the best thing people can do is to continue to dollar cost average and accumulate a little bit here and a little bit there and hold it. Don't sell it. Don't use the kind of money that you can't afford to lose, or to at least put on the shelf for a certain amount of time, because that's what investment is. It's not about getting rich quick, you guys. It's about continuing to build your portfolio and hold on to something that in the future is going to benefit you, your family, and for generations to come, should you choose to invest wisely. Now, what has changed in the last month since I've made a video? Well, according to market cap, not that much, because we're at 1.630. Now, there was a range when I was making videos 4 or 5 weeks ago where we were up in about 1.7 trillion. We went all the way down low as 1.3 trillion. But we kind of sort of really ranged in the 1.5 to 1.6 trillion range. Where are we right now, 30 days later? 1.63. Excuse me. We had a little bit of a pump over the last couple days, which were really nice. For a while, the 7-day on Bitcoin was up like 10%. Ethereum at one point, before a little bit of a pullback, was up about 20%. And you can see some of the good altcoins kind of, well, now we're back into, red and green-ish territory. But the point is we went on a run. And the reason why we went on a run is because people started to reaccumulate. And then, of course, now some of the news comes out and people start to sell because they're really shaky with their investments. They don't really know exactly what to do. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I trade? What should I do? You should dollar cost average, and you should hodl your positions, because long term, that's what's going to be the best thing for you. But I did real quickly want to point out a couple of altcoins that I think are going to really, really, really benefit from, like I said, when that snap happens, it's kind of like an earthquake. It's kind of like the plate shift. We go from here to here real quick, and it sends ripples and it sends tsunamis out within the crypto world. That point is coming. And some of the altcoins I believe that are going to benefit from that most, in the top 20 at least. Cardano, of course. We all know there's huge news coming out for Cardano. I will do a video on that probably tomorrow, focusing just on what's going on with Cardano. Believe it or not, you guys, XRP. Look, don't sleep on XRP. There are so many haters. In fact, I'm going to start doing videos on XRP because I think big things are coming. I think that they are going to win their lawsuit. And I think that when they do, I think the sky is the limit for this particular project. It's been around for a very long time. XRP is the kind of thing that can 10x real quick. So keep your eyes on XRP, you guys. And I'm not saying to go out and buy any of these at all. I'm saying keep an eye on them, or maybe just kind of start to dabble, buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. We all know dip happens, buy the dips. There's a couple more. Chainlink, you guys, look at that's just beautiful across the board. We got green across the board on Chainlink here, up 24.2% in the last 7 days. Chainlink, often, you guys, is one of those top 15 projects, top 10 projects that kind of runs early. A really good signal as to what's going on, particularly with the altcoin market, is when you start to see Chainlink start to run. Chainlink kind of just goes the opposite sometimes of what Bitcoin does, or opposite of what the entire market is doing. A lot of times it'll be taking a break when everything else is kind of going on a run. You're like, what's happening to Chainlink? And sometimes it even goes down. But the thing about Chainlink is they've got more partnerships than any other crypto in the space. And it's a good indicator of where we're going when you start to see Chainlink doing good numbers. So Chainlink's got a ways to go. Keep an eye on Chainlink. That is a very, very good project, a safe project to be in for the long term. Keep an eye on that. Litecoin, you guys, unfortunately, I hate to say it, it's just really not going anywhere right now. It's just, there's not enough hype around Litecoin anymore. There's too many other projects that are doing good things. Now, Polygon, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Polygon. Here we are at about $1. I know not that long ago we dropped under 78 cents, and I had some friends texting me, calling me, hey, you know who you are if you're watching this video. And I was saying to them, hey, listen, when this thing, or if this thing ever drops under, $1 to 95 cents, I can back up the truck and get a hold of Polygon, because Polygon also is forming a lot of partnerships. Polygon is integrating themselves way beyond just a layer 2 Ethereum scaling solution. So keep an eye on Polygon, you guys. And, we're down past the top 20. There's one in particular. Well, I'm sorry, but there's two in particular that we're going to look at. I'll save the best for last because that's what I like to do here. But, guys, do not sleep on API 3. I noticed something about API 3 over the last 30 days or so. Let's go to the 30-day chart. API 3 was starting to have these kinds of runs. Look at this run right here. I mean, we're going from $3 to $4 quickly, and then from $4, up to, pushing up. It actually got almost to $5. This chart isn't quite perfectly correct, and then of course we had a correction and a dip back down because people, number one, were taking profits, but number two, it was just kind of the flow of the market. That's just how it worked out. But look, APIs, this chart is signaling that when the bull run continues and when that shift happens, API 3 is going to run, you guys. API 3 also being an Oracle like Chainlink, is going to kind of follow what Chainlink is doing. When Chainlink does really well, a lot of the oracles start to trail kind of behind it. But API 3 has been quietly putting layers down of what they're really going to compete to some degree. They're never going to overtake Chainlink, you guys, but they're going to compete with what Chainlink is doing. And if you're heavily invested in Chainlink, a good way to kind of hedge your bet is to have a little bit of money in API 3 too, because it's very undervalued, you guys. Believe me that at $138 million market cap, this project can hit $1 billion quickly. So keep an eye on API 3. I don't have time to go into too many details on this because this is kind of like getting my feet wet again making videos. But the last one, you guys, and I will be making videos on this and continuing to have more updates because this is one of my favorite tokens, Luxo. Luxo has also been doing very, very well over the last 30 days in particular. Look at what happened here. I mean, we were down, geez, if you were picking up Luxo down here, not even that, a couple weeks ago at $5, I mean, it's at one point it even hit below $5. Look at the gains you've been making. Look at this blow off top right here. I actually did take a little bit of profit right around $11.50 a couple days ago because I know how this market works and I know that I can probably buy back in a little bit cheaper. I'm looking to increase my holdings of Luxo, even though it is one of my #1 holdings. Look, we're talking about NFTs here, you guys. We're talking about what NFTs are going to be doing in the space. Luxo is laying a foundation, particularly for not just art, but fashion. Okay, when the metaverse kicks in, when Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all of these platforms start integrating what's coming, you guys, with the NFTs, with the marketplaces, and with fashionable things that the avatars are blowing up and people want to have cool sunglasses and cool purses and cool jackets and cool shoes and all that stuff. Luxo is going to dominate that market. This is one of the most undervalued projects in crypto. More people know about it now than they knew about it about a year ago, but it's still very quiet. It's still under the radar. It's still got a market cap of only 151 million. This project should be and will be, in my opinion, a multi-billion-dollar project. Once it breaks through, it's going to absolutely dominate what it's going after, and that is going to be fashion, and that is going to be in the NFT world, and that is also going to be having a lot to do with art, and they're probably going to expand from there because they've got a very, very robust team of people who know exactly what they're doing, and they're patient. They're not just out there trying to make a bunch of money and rug pull a bunch of people and kind of have this idea that sounds great and everybody gets into it, and then all of a sudden you turn around tomorrow and it's gone. That's not one of these projects. This is a long-term project. This is a long-term hold. But look at the explosive potential here with Luxo. This is just the beginning. This is so highly undervalued. It's unbelievable, you guys. Keep an eye on Luxo. Watch what they're doing. Do a little bit of your own research if you're into these kinds of projects, and see what's going on. I'm also hearing that there could be, or there should be, their mainnet is coming out, I believe, in October or early November. They're launching their mainnet, and there's supposed to be a tier 1 exchange involved with that. They're going to get some sort of listing. There's rumors about Coinbase that nobody can really prove that, but these rumors have been around for a long time. I don't know if it's going to be Coinbase. I don't know if it's going to be Binance, but you can see that Luxo, as great of a project as it is, it definitely needs a tier 1 listing. KuCoin being the best one it's got. Uniswap, sure, not everybody likes to use Uniswap. I don't blame them. But the point is this project is going to get more adoption. It's going to get more attention, and it is going to get those tier 1 listings. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for being here and watching this video. To all of you who've been super loyal, super faithful to this channel, I appreciate your patience with me, guys. Some of you know that I just needed a break, and some of you are like, what happened to Mike from Sinless Crypto? And I kind of check in with the Telegram, and I'm letting everyone know I'm still here, guys. I'm just kind of taking a break from YouTube because it can get frustrating sometimes, and you stack on the technical difficulties of just being a YouTuber and not being very technically savvy like myself, and it just kind of all added up to putting it on the shelf for a while. But I am back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to just try and give you guys my 5 years worth of experience in this market, knowing the trends, knowing what's going on. When it goes down, I'm here to keep you propped up because nothing goes down forever, and also nothing goes up forever. So just keep that in mind. Stay positive, you guys. Keep smiling. Be kind to somebody. Do something nice for somebody. the world does not revolve around money, although most people think it does. It actually doesn't. So keep yourself level-headed, and you will make wise investment decisions, and you will be happy about yourself because you treat people well. So those are the important things in life, and I'm here to remind you. So, peace.